So I might as well just, I have to talk about something. Right now I don't feel like playing any music, my head's throbbing still. Like I said, I don't have any ice to put on my face, but I don't feel like doing anything else. Except going over there and, like, beating the shit out of that guy who punched me in the face. But I don't want to do that because I don't want to be violent, and I don't want to lower myself to that level. I mean, the guy's like bigger than me. I mean, I pose no threat other than verbally, telling him what he did to me was wrong, man. And what he does to people is fucking wrong, man. I mean, you just insult people to make yourself look better. And you find that funny. He goes, "Oh, you're just kidding. You're just joking." You insulted me, bro. You're not joking. It's an insult that I don't want. I don't want to go around insulting you. So, that's actually really nice of you. Until you punch me in the face, man. I don't want to look at you. So I'm gonna talk about something else. They said it was okay to make me talk about this, and the reason it's okay to me talk about this because this is the last reincarnation cycle for you guys. If you don't choose to do what you need to do, and if you do, then you'll have this knowledge, and it won't be a problem because the new energy will bring you to another state of enlightenment in 2025. Instead of being that it's that's much more tolerant. So the whole concept of how does an Arcturian soul, and I guess Palladian too. I don't know about the Palladian. I know they exist. They're another, but they're different than the Arcturians. They're as far as I know, what they told me, they're it's the Arcturians are more hands-on. The Palladians are much more. Let's see what happens, and then we'll come and swoop in. They don't have nothing to do with this reincarnation cycle and the stuff that I'm dealing with. That's purely Arcturian, and the way the Arcturian does it, and this was very interesting. So, an Arcturian soul that's in me, that is occupying my human body, as opposed to a human soul. How did I come to be? I came to be because either one, my mother or father, was Arcturian. One pure Arcturian soul, as what I am right now. Because if I had kids, I could not have kids with another Arcturian soul. It would have to be a human soul that then I would carry on my Arcturian gene within the human body, so that the child would be a starseed. I don't know how else to say that. So I think I said this yesterday too, but I think it's coming a lot clearer now. So two Arcturian souls cannot have a human baby. I believe they can have a baby, but it would be a no, they can't have it. I mean, they can't have a baby because that's not the process that they're working with. They're working to bring an Arcturian soul into this timeline and into this lifetime to be able to help. And I can name you a bunch of them, but you won't believe me anyway, so I'm not even going to bother. So the mother or father has to be Arcturian, but the opposite. Really? Okay. But the other child producing. I mean, again, Arcturians have no problem with LGBTQ relationships and whatever you want to do, but the whole concept of having a baby in your life, because it's different in these higher dimensions. It doesn't work the same way, and it's too long to really explain it now. But for a Arcturian soul to come through that has a purpose, and for that starseed to come through, it has to be brought in by a one or the other, a mother or father that has an Arcturian soul. Okay, so if I had tried to have a baby with another Arcturian soul, it would not produce a baby. it would have to be a human, and that human then would produce the star seed / next generation of mankind, of humankind, because each one of your evolutionary it's really, again, I refer back to the movie 2001 Space Odyssey. It was based on a book written about the Tree of Life and these different stages of the Tree of Life. And it's actually just the different, and then the monolith in each one, in the scene, that represented the leap forward for humanity, for this civilization. The evolutionary, the next evolutionary stage of humanity. So that's what the monolith represented in every stage, every part of that movie, 2001: Space Odyssey. So and that refers to two things. Terence McKenna. Sorry, my face first, man. Terence McKenna put it beautifully that the mushroom was a catalyst. So the mushroom, in a sense, was and mushrooms come from spores that come from outer space that hit the planet, asteroids or meteors, whatever it is. So these spores then produce a mushroom that then helps the human, this current civilization of humanity do a giant leap, and that's what the monolith represented. So the monolith was a mushroom, in a sense. That's one aspect of it, and that is completely true. The other aspect of it is that during these periods, then you have, and I'm going to say, interdimensional. I don't know of any others other than Arcturians right now, because they're not really giving me that information. But Arcturians and Palladians. But I'm going to just say, at that stage, at that same stage where the monolith was there, and that that monkey touched the monolith, and created that evolutionary leap. There is a higher dimension, ascended soul portion of it that comes down and helps that evolutionary process. Like I said, I'm at this point, I know, but that's what they tell me. I'm using 30% of my brain. You're still using about 10. That extra leap of me using my brain, that's the leap forward from the Arcturian soul. So the thing of it is that if you guys if you don't survive this one, in other words, if you don't get to a certain stage, you're not going to survive this one. So there is no more. So it doesn't really matter if you know this information, believe it or not. It doesn't really matter. If you do make it, then understand that we're all part of the same thing. We're all part of the same creator. We're just different aspects of it, and different dimensions, and different multidimensional personalities, and different levels of ascended beings. Y'all call angels ascended beings. You'll call I don't know, whatever you call them. In here, allies or spirit guides or whatever. These are the ascended beings. That eventually, for your species to continue the evolutionary path, have to have this portion of it. That's why I want to repeat: Jesus didn't die. He needed to have kids. He needed to have offspring to be able to carry on that next evolutionary path. But he didn't do it in Israel because nobody believed him there and nobody wanted to hear that shit. And they killed him. They tried to kill him. He ended up going to South America and continuing that leap for your civilization, to be able to understand this new energy, and these new energies that come down using this beam that comes from the center of the galaxy. It's called the Hunan Kub. That provides this stream, and again, the serpent rainbow, the serpent, the feathered serpent, Kukulkan, is the creator god of the Mayan, right? And it's called Quetzalcoatl in the, I think, in the Incan or the Aztec. I was getting confused. Not confused, but that. Excuse me. So the serpent rainbow, the serpent. The feathered serpent, right, is this beam, get it? This beam that comes from the center of the universe, and it happens. The end of Kali Yuga is 26,000 years. That's a cycle of the Earth spinning around the sun, and creating a wobble. That 26-year cycle is ending on 2025. But then there's also the 5,250 year Mayan calendar cycle that also represents something similar. That is where the beam, and that it's going to happen on 2025 as well. And that is where the beam, that beam from the center of the universe, center of the galaxy, is sending a new energy to this planet, to let the inhabitants of this planet, not the animals, it happens to them in a certain way, but the ones that your creator put down here to make this place be the school that it needs to be for souls. Again, failed pretty miserably again. So, in a sense, the Creator God is really the beam, and the beam is producing, which is the Kukulkan, the feathered serpent, is really producing this level of energy that you need to be ready for. And the starseeds that were born up until this last period, there'll be other babies born until 2025. But the thing of it is that why bring starseeds in here at a young age when they're not going to be able to do anything? So this is the last level of starseeds that from us right now, because we have to be maybe 18, 16 most. They're the ones that are going to have to, I'm trying to activate and trying to get for them to be in the positions they need to be in to save you from yourselves. And again, I still don't see much of a hope in it, but they told me to continue, so I'm continuing. And so that's how Arcturian souls are brought into the human body. There has to be a process, and again, and the whole process. I mean, like I was born an Arcturian baby, and all of a sudden I say, "Oh, I know everything." I had to unlock that DNA with the information for me to understand, and then also unblock the block that they put on the human soul to stop them from getting that information, especially the Arcturians. Let me tell you something. They put a flu shot in Occupy Wall Street that gave me Guillain-Barré syndrome. 1 in 50,000 people have the gene, right? That this specific flu shot that was in Occupy Wall Street that gave me Guillain-Barré syndrome, 1 that have that gene. I'll bet you anything that formula, because why did they put a formula from 1978? Because they wanted to get rid of any of us that they knew were Arcturian. So if you get a flu shot, you're Arcturian, you get a flu shot, and you get Guillain-Barré syndrome. If you get the flu and you get Guillain-Barré syndrome, or any vaccine, you get Guillain-Barré syndrome, you probably are a starseed. And that's the reason you got it, because they're trying to kill you. And they're trying to kill me. And they still haven't done it yet, man. I'm actually like, at this point, like, come on, guys, can't you do something better than punch me in the face? And what do you think, if you punch me in the face, I was going to have a heart attack or something? I'm not dead yet, man. And like I said, I'm like, God, please get me the fuck out of here. But fortunately, I get to stand and watch it all over again. So that's how Arcturians are born into this thing. And why would I make this up? I have no idea where it even came from. I had no concept of even me doing this when I put on this on. But they're asking me to say it, and I'm saying it. And they are basically what I know now are my Arcturian guides. Someone once called me a shaman, and then this guy that I know he's Native American goes, "Oh, he's not a shaman. He doesn't come from any lineage. What the hell, man? He's not a shaman." Lineages are not only within the bloodline, sir. And it's not that I had to train with one of you. I've been a shaman in many past lives, And that knowledge came forward. And that's what I'm going to use as any argument for any plant medicine that they deem illegal and I deem appropriate for me to use. Because while they deem it illegal, my Creator has told me that I have the right to use it. It's because it's part of my shamanic practice. Anybody doesn't believe that I'm a shaman up there? Okay, go to a shaman and improve then. Leave me and don't watch me go away. But if you're not as judgmental as those assholes, then understand that anything you were in your past life, you can bring in. That's the reason that you have past lives, or multi-dimensional selves. Don't think of it as past and forward. Think of it as a one big, like, streaming, multi-dimensional use, doing everything possible. Anything you want to do, bring that multi-dimensional self in. You can do it pretty quickly, without much effort. That years and years of PhD studies, lots and lots of money spent on stuff that you're not going to tell me how my body works. Thank you. Because it is you that are killing us, not the body. It is your lack of telling us that we can heal ourselves within our own body, and to trust that process. That's killing us, because we no longer trust that process within our own bodies. Instead, trust you and your medications and your pharmaceuticals. Lots and lots of side effects, all ready to kill us, right? Ovid. Little tiny line. Ovid. Yeah. Look. Namaste. I'm on Shivaya. Hey Joe, man. You ever get sucker punched before? I just did by you. It's not a really good feeling. It's gonna happen to you. A lot worse than it happened to me.